Jim, the next one we're going to look at involves the goalkeeper and when he can receive a pass from a teammate.
Yeah, so this is a significant rule enhancement, Joanne. So we're essentially taking the back pass to the goalkeeper inside their half of the field of play. What we've been asked to do in terms of reference is to consider the pace and the flow of the traditional game versus the modern game. So when we look back at tapes from the 40s to the early 2000s, what we see is that the ball is passed maybe from a goalkeeper to the full back line, and the ball then, and the string of passes is kicked forward in a vertical direction, shall we say, up to the full forward line. In the modern game, we do understand that with the tactical innovations, that teams might delay play or might delay the attack, but teams have been using the goalkeeper as an outlet in their half of the field of play, which has discouraged the opposition to push up and go man to man. And then what we get is the game can be very laborious, and the pace and flow of the game can really become static. Of the 5 things that we saw in the 7,000 responses that we got from the surveys are long range scores, kick passing, goal scoring, high fielding, and one-to-one contests. So this will promote kick passing and the ball to move forward, but it will also promote one-to-one contests, and really that's what we've experienced in our trial, the sandbox games, and I think we can have a look at it now.
Okay, so take us through then exactly what it is that you're hoping to bring in and that we'll see in action then.
Yeah, so there's a scenario here that it's just to allow predominantly the full back line. If somebody gets the ball, they can pass it back to the goalkeeper, and in this scenario, the next part of the field that the goalkeeper receives the ball is in the opposition half of the field. So here we've a clip of a game where the Cork retreat against Tyrone because they know if they do that full forward line there, if they push up onto the full back line, the outlet is the goalkeeper, and essentially they become piggy in the middle. So to avoid this scenario, if you can imagine a game where the goalkeeper cannot receive that ball, Cork would push up, we get a one-to-one contest, and by default, Tyrone will move the ball vertically up the pitch, which speaks about our terms of reference, looking at the pace and flow of the game. But we're also allowing innovation, the modern innovations, and like Niall Morgan is a phenomenal player, plays outfield with his club, well able to score. So that is still allowed in the game, really, and it speaks to the modern innovations, which I think is a great part of the game, where we see goalkeepers assisting the attack.
Just to clarify an early part of the rules, so you refer to when they go past the halfway line, that's when they're allowed to receive it. But just again, when they are in their large rectangle, the goalkeeper in that instance is also allowed to receive it. That's in case they get into trouble, so to allow an outlet, is it, when a defence is in trouble? It
is. It was really to speak to the scenario where the ball, drops into the full back line, and the full back, in this example, is facing the goalkeeper. So I'm facing you. It's be very restrictive if the fullback couldn't pass it to the goalkeeper. So that's just for one particular scenario. But in general, as I mentioned, the back pass to the goalkeeper will be gone. Unless you're inside the large rectangle, that's when you can only pass the ball to the goalkeeper. Otherwise, the goalkeeper needs to be beyond the halfway line. And we're introducing a dashed halfway line onto the Gaelic pitch to allow that rule to take place, but also for the 3-3 structure rule, which we'll speak about later.
Is this one you think that is going to be difficult to police?
No, not what we've seen to date. Is it works really well. I think when people see the real enhancements, like there are 7 core ones, there probably is a lot to take on. We've been speaking about it now for the last 6 months, so it's easy for us. But like the recent games that we've taken place, Armagh played Dublin development squad, Clonagad against Éire Óg. Those teams, we briefed them for 45 minutes. A lot to take on for the players, but the good news is that they adapt very, very quickly. Referees adapt very, very quickly, and there's a really nice flow, a natural flow to the game.